You've probably seen the expression 고생하셨어요 or 수고하셨어요. And everything seems all right. They seem quite different until you check the dictionary and read 수고, trouble or effort. 고생, trouble or hardship. Oh no! Now, these words are pretty similar, especially when you translate them into English, but you'll often use one or the other depending on the situation, and that's what I'm going to explain today. But first, I need to say thanks to the sponsor of today's video, you! My Patreon members and channel supporters. And if you would also like to help support me and this channel, I'll have links in the description box below for how you can do that. So first, I'm just going to cover both of these one at a time, and then we'll talk about their larger differences. So let's start with here, 고생, meaning trouble or hardship. And you'll see it used in the verb 고생하다. This means to suffer or to have a hard time, or to have trouble. So it can be used to express that someone had a really hard time or suffered a lot. And you can use it just like that. You can use it in the past tense to say that someone or yourself had a hard time doing something or suffered. For example, you can say, 진짜 고생했어. Like, I had a really hard time. That was really hard. Or you can say it to someone else politely. You can say, 고생하셨어요. Like, you had a really hard time, as in, that must have been really difficult, that must have been really tough. Again, this is just the literal use of this word, and it does mean that. You also might see this expression, 고생이 많다, literally to have a lot of hardship or to have a lot of suffering. So to suffer a lot or to go through a lot of hardship, like that. And this is commonly used again in the past tense in the expression. For example, you can say 고생 많았어요, and it just means to do 고생 a lot. So literally, 고생 means trouble or hardship, but it's not only used to express that someone had a hard time or suffered doing something literally, but it's used in this way to acknowledge the hard work, the suffering, the difficult time that someone had doing something. In this way, you can kind of think of it as like saying, I recognize that you suffered a bit in order to do something for someone, maybe to do something for me. In this way, you can kind of think of it as meaning like, thanks for going through all that. Or even, good job, you really went through a lot. That was hard, huh? So literally, you suffered a lot. But more naturally, you can think of this as meaning like, thank you so much. Or, you did a good job. So again, thank you. Good job. 수고, on the other hand, means also trouble or effort, but 수고하다 translates more like to take the trouble to do something or to work hard or to put in effort. It can also be used in the past tense, just like 고생하다, to say that someone else, this one can't be used for yourself, but to say that someone else worked hard at doing something, or to say that someone else took the trouble to do something. So if you said the expression 수고하셨어요, literally it's like you worked hard, and yeah, that's what it means. Or it can be used in the present tense, like 수고하세요, to tell someone else to work hard. Now, literally, 수고하세요 means work hard, but it's more like an encouraging, like, hey now, keep up the good work, that sort of work hard. This one can also be used to say 수고가 많다, to have a lot of trouble, or to go through a lot of effort, to do a lot of hard work. So it's kind of like saying, hey, thanks for doing that hard work, or good job, you worked really hard. Therefore, this one also translates as, naturally, thank you, or good job. But the nuance is different. Note that of these two words, 고생 is a little bit more polite because it doesn't just mean that someone worked hard or went through a lot of trouble, but it also means they kind of suffered doing it. So maybe they sacrificed something to do it. Like if you're gonna say to your boss that they did a good job, you would probably use 고생 instead of 수고, because 수고 is kind of like, hey, good job out there, boss. Whereas 고생 is like, wow, you really went through a lot of work. That must have been really hard. Not to say that 수고 is rude or impolite or anything like that, but 고생 would be a bit better for those situations. Now, you can use 수고, any of its expressions, to pretty much anyone though for regular things. It doesn't have to be after someone does a really big favor for you. For example, you'll hear workers just using the expression 수고하셨습니다 or 수고하셨어요 to each other. If you watch behind the scenes videos of filming Korean dramas, you'll hear after they finish filming like a big scene or finish their day, the actors might say to each other, 수고하셨어요, 수고하셨습니다, like that, meaning basically, good job out there, everyone, today. You can also say this after you finish like a group project or some sort of group activity, just to say, good job, everyone. So you can think of any expression with sugo as kind of meaning like, good job, great work, thanks for the hard work, like that sort of meaning. So those are the major differences. Did I miss any? Let me know in the comments below. I do check all of those. Thank you for watching, and again, special thanks to all of my Patreon members and channel supporters. I see you out there who are helping to support this channel. If you would also like to help support me, I'll have links in the description box below for how you can do that. And I'll see you again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐!